Welcome to the Hoops with Us podcast. And today I am joined by a very special guest, Prince Aligbe. Prince, how's it going, man?
It's going well over here. How about you, Alex?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking. So,
Gotcha.
Prince, the first question that I have for you, man, is for everyone out there that doesn't know too much about you, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, I'm a hooper, obviously. I'm a sophomore, class of 2022. I'm 6'7". Um, have 20 plus college offers right now. But besides that, I'm also just a nice dude. Likes to do different things in life. Chill with his friends, do music stuff, and more like that. Just a dude that expands on a lot of different stuff. That's it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yep.
So, you attend Minnehaha Academy, and just tell us about what it's like being a part of that program and how you guys did this past season and how you think you did individually.
Got you. So yeah, go to Minnehaha Academy. I play with Jalen Suggs and Chet Holmgren, but then I also play against with other guys like Hersey Miller, Terry Lockett, Katie Johnson, Donovan Smith, and more guys down the list. And it was a really fun year. I learned a lot definitely about how deep teams play because we had a really deep team. We had about like 8, 9 D1 players on our team, and we had some transfers and whatnot, but I learned how to play more with my role than I ever did in my past years of playing varsity. And I learned how to, make better with teammates, that's strong with their certain abilities and just come together. And our goal was to win the championship, but unfortunately that got canceled. But, it's still a good year for us, I would say. We only lost 3 games. And, of course, we played against good teams, but I feel like we still did good whenever it came down to it. And individually, I'll say everybody had a good year. People still got their recognition nationally from their exposure-wise, and then everybody still got their looks from college coaches, which is what we always want at the end of the day. So individually, I feel like it was also another good year for everybody on the team.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So you guys played a national schedule this year, and one game that caught everybody's eye was when you guys played Sierra Canyon, and you guys ended up winning. I think the final score was 78-58. I think you guys won by about 20.
Yep.
Just tell us what that experience was like. The game was nationally televised. Tell us the experience from that game.
Man, that game was crazy, but one thing I told myself was that you only get these once. So I felt like I took, a good chance and took the opportunity and played well, but it wasn't just me. It was my team also. And I feel like my teammates also had that mindset too. So we all came together, and many people say that was our best game of the season on the biggest stage, and I agree with that. We had a tough opponent, and we knew what we had to do, and we got down to the wire and won the game. So it was definitely a nice experience, especially since we played in such a big crowd, over 17,300 plus fans, came out to support not just us, but it was just the whole of Minnesota was out there. So it was really nice experience and really dope too at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So you're considered the top-ranked player for the class of 2022 in Minnesota right now. Tell us what it feels like to have accomplished that, and what are you doing to keep that number 1 spot for years coming up?
It feels good, truly blessed though, but it's not something, that is set in stone. Like you said, you always got to maintain it and not just have it written down, but also show it when I play. And that's what I really feel like I did this last year. Just really make sure when it's games that mattered or any game, come out and play and bring something to the table for the team that helped us win. And also feels good too, because now people could say we have 3 players in the Minnesota 2020, 2021 class and 2022, all in the same school. That's the best players in their class. So that felt good, to connect with Jalen and Chet about that. But to maintain it, I feel like just, now that I'm in that position, I still, train and work out and have the same mindset as if I was in the last of the rankings or the bottom. And I'm not even the kind of person that takes into account what ranking says, but because, many people like to say they don't matter, but it still shows you how you are as a player and whatnot. So I feel like I take that in, and we just keep growing and doing the same things we did before. And that's, putting in work regardless of the situation, even the situation we're in right now where we don't even get to play. But I still make the best out of it, staying in shape, working on my body, and that's it. So I feel like if I keep doing that, I'll be in a great position and secure that spot, the right way.
For sure, man, for sure. So you play for Team Sizzle on the Under Armour circuit. Tell us how you got involved with that program, and tell us some of your best memories from playing on the Under Armour circuit, and maybe what it's like playing with. I know you play with Jalen and Chet for high school too, but what was it like getting on the circuit and playing with these guys as well?
I was always around Sizzle because used to when I was in middle school. I played for the Minnesota Spartans, and we were like the best team in the country when I was in 6th and 7th grade back then. Because I also played with the top players in the state of Minnesota back then. That's top players now. So we were always around them. Jalen's like my bigger brother, and Chet also played for the Minnesota Spartans because he was always a grade older than me, but I would play up with him whenever he came down to play. So, it was fun, and I always knew him through that. And then I started to attend Minnehaha in 7th grade, got closer to everybody and just that whole program. But I never did come to play with them until I was a freshman. I was going to play with them in 8th grade, but then I got hurt when I was playing with a different AU team for one tournament. But then I was like, I'm definitely going to run with Sizzle because all my guys are there, my brothers. So it wouldn't make sense for me to go to a different team this year. So I was like going to take the challenge and play up 17U because I already played varsity for like 3 years then. And I think that was a really good decision. I don't regret it at all. And, I'm just in love with the program and everybody that's here because they did make my summer really fun, gave me a lot of memories. And some of them was like playing in Atlanta. It was a live period, had a bunch of college coaches there, got a couple offers that tournament, but it was also fun playing with Jalen and Chet in the finals, making it to the Elite Eight and everybody else that was on my team. And I felt like I had a really good tournament then. So that was probably my favorite memory. But then you also have ones like road trips and whatnot. Being the youngest dude, but I wasn't always treated like the youngest dude because everybody knew I was mature when I played on the court. And that helped a lot to just adjust with things even more, the bond and whatnot. So coming from high school to play with the same guys I played with during high school into AU was the smoothest transition I could say that happened for basketball for me. And I just, I cherish that summer always. But I always know that when this next one starts up, hopefully if it does, be the same thing. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, like you just said, man, that transition for you must have been so easy playing with the same guys. But I also think that your guys' chemistry even grew even more because a lot of guys on the circuit, they usually go and play with different teams. But with you, you're playing with the same guys, and it just transitions right over back into the high school season. So you guys are playing nonstop together, which is awesome. So, man, the next question that I have for you is we're going to dive into your game a little bit. You can score at all 3 levels. You're very athletic. You play above the rim, and you're a great rebounder for your position. What would you say your best strength is on the court?
My best strength is definitely like leaders, like facilitating and defense. Those two go hand to hand with each other. I feel like my position on this team this past year, since I said before we were so deep, was to really just be the guy, that does what I already do in my game, scoring, shooting, a lot of that. But it was mainly just to be the loudest person on defense, help direct dudes. And when I felt like I wasn't doing that, then I know I needed to, probably then motivate somebody else to do so. And that's what I feel like is strong suits of my game because people see it. We'll probably be in a game and people will hear my voice on like the TV screen when they're watching, hear my voice loudest on it. And I feel like that's strong and needed for a team to be successful. So that's probably my strongest suit. But many other people also say my game is really versatile. So some games you might get that, and other games you'll get that plus something else that stands out. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, man, like you said in the beginning of this interview, you got 20 plus offers right now. If you could just give us, not all of them, but just some of them that have offered you, and what schools are in contact with you the most, you would say?
Got you. So a couple other offers would be Ohio State, Georgetown, LSU, Auburn, USC, California, Berkeley, Iowa, and Iowa State, Minnesota, Vanderbilt, you know, and yeah, there's more, but I can't name it all off the top of my head. But the ones that's been in contact with me the most would definitely be Cal Berkeley, since their assistant coach, Coach Francis, used to coach at Iowa. So he knew me ever since I was in seventh grade when he was recruiting Jalen as a freshman. So I have a real good bond with him. Also, the coaches at Ohio State, Coach Holtman, you know, I've been in contact with them ever since they came to watch Chet at the open gym earlier this year. And then they were intrigued with my game. And then recently they came and I talked with them and they got close with my family and then they just decided to offer. So that was pretty good for me. Also, Purdue, I was in contact a lot my freshman year in the summer. Arkansas too, and Georgetown recently. So
That's awesome, man. Well, Prince, that's all the questions that I have for you today, man. Can't thank you enough for joining me on the show today. Hopefully this coronavirus stuff clears up soon so you can get back in the gym and playing with Team Sizzle on the Under Armour circuit, man.
all right, sounds good. Thank you, Alex, and you know I enjoyed the interview and I appreciate you for that.
No doubt, man. I'll definitely be in touch soon.
All right.